ठीक है। हाँ, होपफुली सबको स्क्रीन दिख रहा है एंड सबको मैं ऑडिबल हूँ। ओके, so we'll just revise हमने कल क्या क्या देखा था. We had studied pharmacopoeial standards. What is the requirement, क्यों जरूरत है हमको pharmacopoeial standards की. And we had studied what are pharmacopoeias, what are monographs, then what a monograph includes. Then we had seen an example, a sample monograph of paracetamol and D-panthenol. The importance of pharmacopoeias in industries, in academic institutions, in public testing laboratories. And we had studied about Indian pharmacopoeia. It is published by whom? By the IPC. We had seen what kind of the functions IPC has. उसके अभी latest edition जो है Indian pharmacopoeia का, that is a 2018 version, उसमें क्या changes, क्या additions हुए हैं. Functions of IPC, just a few functions of IPC. Process of IP monographs development. What is the need and objective for developing a monograph in the Indian pharmacopoeia? Okay, today we are going to start with the British pharmacopoeia, that is BP. So this is the latest version 2020 of British pharmacopoeia. It is having a few volumes. British Pharmacopoeia is the national pharmacopoeia of the United Kingdom and is published on behalf of the health ministers of the United Kingdom on recommendation of the Commission of Human Medicines in accordance with Section 99(6) of the Medicines Act 1968 and notified in draft of the European Commission in accordance with Directive 9834 EEC. Okay, so British Pharmacopoeia जो है वो यूनाइटेड किंगडम का नेशनल फार्माकोपिया है, जस्ट लाइक इंडियन फार्माकोपिया इज अ नेशनल फार्माकोपिया ऑफ इंडिया. द सेम वे बीपी इज अ नेशनल फार्माकोपिया ऑफ द यूके. द टीएसओ on behalf of the British Pharmacopoeia Secretariat, part of the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, that is MHRA, publishes the BP. तो BP इंडिया में, आई मीन IP इंडिया में कौन पब्लिश करता है? APC करता है. In the same way, ब्रिटिश फार्माकोपिया यूके में कौन पब्लिश करता है? द टीएसओ. टीएसओ का फुल फॉर्म पीपीटी में नहीं है, उसका फुल फॉर्म लिखो, द स्टेशनरी ऑफिस. ठीक है, टीएसओ का फुल फॉर्म इज द स्टेशनरी ऑफिस. सो यूके में ब्रिटिश फार्माकोपिया टीएसओ पब्लिश करेगा ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द ब्रिटिश फार्माकोपिया सेक्रेटेरिएट. It is published annually in August and becomes effective on January 1st the following year. मतलब अभी जो 2020 का फार्माकोपिया चल रहा है, लेटेस्ट जो चल रहा है, ये फिर पब्लिश होगा, इसका नया वर्जन, अपडेटेड वर्जन अगस्त 2020 में फिर से रिवाइज होगा, उसमें कुछ चेंजेस होंगे. फिर वो जो फार्माकोपिया आएगा वो जनवरी 1st 2021 में उसका लेटेस्ट वर्जन वो निकलेगा. ठीक है, so it happens annually, not like the Indian pharmacopoeia. All right, so हर साल उनका नया pharmacopoeia निकलता है. The first edition was published in 1864. It incorporates all monographs and text of EP, that is the European Pharmacopoeia. It contains general notices, general monographs. It also contains specific monographs providing standards for API and excipients, formulated preparations, herbal products, herbal drugs, and medicinal products, materials which are used for homeopathic products, blood related products, immunological products, radiopharmaceutical products, IR spectra, your all chromatograms. It has appendices, supplements, chapters, and index. It is just like the almost similar to the Indian pharmacopoeia, but it contains all monographs and texts which are also incorporated in the European pharmacopoeia. Reference tool for individuals and organizations involved in pharma R&D, manufacturing, QA/QC. So it acts as a reference tool for individuals and organizations not only in the United Kingdom, but it is referred globally as well. So it since just like the Indian pharmacopoeia, we refer for pharmaceutical research and development, for manufacturing of pharmaceutical products, Q&Q. So the same way BP does the same kind of function. The BP 2020, like I had said, the latest current version or edition of the British Pharmacopoeia, it has 6 volumes. It supersedes the BP 2019 and becomes legally effective on 1st January 2020. This edition incorporates new monographs both from EP and the European Pharmacopoeia, along with a significant number of revised monographs. It is of a global standard. BP is said to be of global standard. Why? Because unlike the Indian Pharmacopoeia, which is normally referred to by only the Indian institutions and industries, British Pharmacopoeia is referred globally by almost of all the other countries as well. Even in India, we refer BP if it is mentioned to refer BP for a particular drug substance. So it is of global standard. All right. Next is the USP, that is the United States Pharmacopoeia. This is the latest 2020 USP 43 NF38. The United States Pharmacopoeia is a pharmacopoeia or a compendium of drug information for the United States published annually by the United States Pharmacopoeial Convention. Okay? So it's not just the pharmacopoeia, but it also contains the formulary, that is the formulations and all the formulas for all the products of the drug substances and medicinal products. The USPNF standards also have a role in the US federal law. USP has no role in enforcing its standards. Enforcement is a responsibility of the US FDA, that is the Food Drug Administration, and other government authorities in the United States. The first edition was published on December 15, 1820. USP establishes written, documentary, and physical reference standards for medicines, for food ingredients, dietary supplement products, and for other ingredients that are used. These standards are used by regulatory agencies and manufacturers to help ensure that these products are of appropriate identity as well as strength, quality, purity, and consistency. So every pharmacopoeia ultimately has this only role that whatever standards are laid down in it, it is going to help your licensing authorities, your other regulatory agencies, and your manufacturers to ultimately produce the products or the pharmaceutical products which are going to have a quality standard of strength, purity, uh, efficacy, and consistency. The current version is the USP 43 NF38, which became official on May 1, 2020. European Pharmacopoeia. It is a major regional pharmacopoeia which provides common quality standards throughout the pharmaceutical industry in Europe to control the quality of medicines and substances which is used to manufacture them. Okay? It's a published collection of monographs which describe both the individual and general quality standards for ingredients, dosage forms, and methods of analysis for medicines. These standards apply to medicines both for human and veterinary use. Every pharmacopoeia that we refer to, it will contain medicines both for human as well as for veterinary use. Okay? Even USP and EP also are referred to by globally as well, depending on the situation or the condition of market. Maybe if you have to export drugs from one country to another, then you have to carry out the tests according to their pharmacopoeia. कि ये मैंने कल भी mention किया था. The first edition had come out in 1967, while the European Directorate for the Quality of Medicines and Healthcare, that is the EDQM, a directorate of the Council of Europe, provides scientific and administrative support for the European Pharmacopoeia. The governing body is the European Pharmacopoeia Commission. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि ईपी भी जब पब्लिश होता है, ठीक है, जो वो जब उसको लीगल और अथॉरिटेटिव करता है, तो वो कौन करता है? वो ईपीसी करता है. जस्ट लाइक एपीसी इन इंडिया, देयर इज ईपीसी इन यूरोप, दैट इज द यूरोपियन फार्माकोपिया कमीशन. It determines the general principles applicable to the elaboration of the European pharmacopoeia. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे APC is determined to, or it works to have a collaborative kind of a pharmacopoeia with other pharmacopoeias. In the same way, the EPC also is aiming towards the elaboration of the European pharmacopoeia. उसमें क्या एडिशंस करने हैं, क्या चेंजेस करने हैं, क्या डेवलप करना है मोनोग्राफ में, वो सब एपीसी देखता है. It also decides the work program, sets up and appoints experts to the specialized groups responsible for preparing monographs, adopt these monographs, and recommend dates for the implementation of its decisions within the territories of the contracting parties. ये सब काम भी EPC करता है. It will appoint a set of group or a set of people who are going to actually prepare the monographs. Then will add these monographs to the pharmacopoeia, एंड ईपीसी विल गिव आउट द डेट्स कि इसको कब पब्लिश करना है और इसको कब इम्प्लीमेंट करना है हमारे कंट्री में और इन इट्स अदर कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग पार्टीज और स्टेट्स. Next is a Japanese pharmacopoeia. This is the 17th edition, so the latest edition of the pharmacopoeia. It is published by the Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Agency. The first edition came out on June 25th, 1886. The latest edition is the JP 17th. The contents of JP are just like any pharmacopoeia: general notices, general rules for crude drugs, for pharmaceutical dosage forms, general tests, processes, apparatus, official monographs, IR and UV with reference spectra. Okay, next is the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. Along with API, I mean the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India is also a well referred to document or a book. ठीक है, ये जितने भी आयुर्वेदिक कंपनीज होते हैं एंड आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन का जो टेस्टिंग वगैरह होता है, फॉर्मुलेशंस होते हैं, इट इज डन व्हेन जब हम एपीआई रेफर करके हम वो सब चीजें करते हैं, स्पेशली व्हेन आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन आर और फॉर्मुलेशंस आर कंसर्न, वी रेफर टू द आयुर्वेदिक फार्माकोपिया ऑफ इंडिया. The Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, a picture of it. So the API is a unique book of standards describing the quality, purity, and strength of selected drugs or the Ayurvedic pharmaceutical formulations that are manufactured, distributed, and sold by the licensed manufacturers in Pan India under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. So API basically contains all your Ayurvedic, your names basically. Ki, for example, you have Daru Haradra or you have Harataki or you have Amla Taki. So ये सब कैसे बनाना है और उसका फॉर्मुलेशन कैसा है, उसमें क्या क्या इंग्रेडिएंट्स होने चाहिए, ये सब तुमको एपीआई में मिलेगा. उसका टेस्टिंग कैसे करना है वो सब तुमको एपीआई में मिलेगा. So it also prescribes the formulas and methods for preparations of various formulations. It is published by the APC. APC क्या था? Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia Commission. ठीक है, that is the APC. Uh, just like IPC is the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, APC is the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia Commission. It has two parts: Part 1, Volume 1 to 7, Part 2, Volume 1 to 3. The first volume came out in 1969. What are the functions of APC? Just like IPC has functions with regard or with respect to the Indian Pharmacopoeia, APC ke functions hai with respect to the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. So to prepare the API of single and compound drugs, to prescribe working standards for compound Ayurvedic formulations, including tests for identity, purity, strength, and quality, so as to ensure uniformity of the finished formulations. So कैसा था पहले कि देयर वर सो मेनी फ्रॉम क्या बोलते हैं जनरेशन के टेक्स्ट थे, पीपल वर जस्ट सेइंग कि ये ऐड करो एंड ये बन जाएगा. सो देयर वाज नो स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड प्रोटोकॉल और स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड मेथड. द ओल्ड आयुर्वेदिक टेक्स्ट्स जो एक्चुअली वो आयुर्वेदिक गुरुज और जो प्रैक्टिशनर्स थे वो जब प्रैक्टिस करते थे, दैट वाज ऑल रिटन इन अ पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज which half of it would have been lost in translation to English. So it is very important that we come up with some standardized tests or standardized method of formulations of certain Ayurvedic pharmaceutical products, okay, medicinal products that are going to be consumed by the people. So APC constantly works with coming up with working standards and with limits, with tests, so that all of that is referred to by the manufacturers and producers and all the analysts, so that the final product which comes out is basically uniform in all its aspects. Next is to develop and standardize methods of preparations, dosage forms, toxicity profile, etc. Just like modern drugs में भी toxic impurities हो सकते हैं और उनकी testing करनी जरूरी होती है, because it is very much possible that there are some impurities in your modern drug. We need to come up with tests and perform those tests in order to ensure that उनका limit जो है जितना amount है drug में, it is not at a very high level to be toxic to the human body or to the animal body. In the same way, the APC also has to come up with tests and come up with toxicity profile, so that जो आयुर्वेदिक formulation है उसमें impurities का level भी उतना ना हो कि वो body के लिए toxic हो जाए. So they have to come up with standardized methods for preparation as well as for dosage forms, for toxicity profiling, efficacy profiling, etc. ठीक है? To develop quality standards, safety, efficacy profiles of intermediates like extracts of Ayurvedic raw drugs. हम लोग सिर्फ अभी तो Ayurvedic formulations come in modern drug dosage form, right? Like in tablets, in capsules, in syrups. But earlier people used to just have the extracts, ठीक है? काढ़ा वगैरह जो पीते थे, अभी भी पीते हैं, no doubt. So directly extracting something from a raw material of the plant, उसका भी एक स्टैंडर्ड होना चाहिए सेफ्टी का और एफिकासी का और उसका प्रोफाइलिंग the impurities toxics present in that. So all those standards also APC has to come up with. Okay, this is an example of a monograph that I have taken from the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. So here the example is of Haritaki. So they have very well mentioned in the very first paragraph ki what it is, uska botanical name diya hai uske plant ka, where it is found, and when the flowers grow and whatever it is. They have given the synonyms, like what else Haritaki is called in other regional languages, like in Assamese, in Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi, Tamil. These are very regional languages. So synonyms are given, then the description is given. It's macroscopic and microscopic for identification. The powder is given, how the powder looks like. Then identity, purity, and strength. You have to carry out all these tests in order to identify it, then for its to check its purity and to check its strength. We do all these tests like foreign matter, total ash, acid insoluble ash, water soluble extractive, water, alcohol soluble extractive. So ये सब tests हम करते हैं and then we verify कि ये यही हरिटाकी का powder है या यही हरिटाकी है. Then what are the constituents which are present in it? What are the phytoconstituents which are present in Haritaki? That also is mentioned. What are the properties and action of it? What are the important formulations? Yani Haritaki as a powder is used in what other formulations? वो भी दिया है. What are the therapeutic uses of Haritaki and what is the dosage? कितना dose हमको consume करना है वो भी उन्होंने mention किया है. So if I am coming up with a formulation, I need to come up with a formulation which includes Haritaki or a medicine which contains Haritaki. I will open the API and I will go to Haritaki and I will refer the entire thing. Even जब raw material आता है industry में, ठीक है, and I am coming up with a formulation, मुझे पहले वो raw material का identification करना है और उसका मुझे certificate दिखाना पड़ता है कि यही raw material है, ठीक है. तो I will carry out the given number of tests, माइक्रोस्कोपिक, मैक्रोस्कोपिक, द आइडेंटिटी, प्योरिटी एंड स्ट्रेंथ का जो टेस्ट दिए हैं वो सब मैं कैरी आउट करूंगी एंड आई विल वेरीफाई एंड गिव अ सर्टिफिकेट दैट कि हाँ यही जो है यही हरिटाकी का रॉ मटेरियल है एंड दिस आई एम गोइंग टू यूज इन माय फॉर्मुलेशन. दैट्स व्हेन द API comes in the picture. Okay, next is the Ayurvedic Formulary of India, that is AFI. Okay, this is what the Ayurvedic Formulary of India book looks like. It is again published by the APC, that is the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia Commission. Part 1 came out in 1978 with 144 formulations. Part 2 came out in 2000, which has 191 formulations. So you can say all about 635 something formulations है total part 1, part 2 में. It contains scattered information on various formulations in classical Ayurvedic books, list of single drugs of animal, mineral, and plant origin on the basis of their names in the formulations, along with their official names and English equivalents for easy identification. तो जैसे API है, similar to that AFI है, you will be able to differentiate between the two books when I show you the monograph of AFI. ठीक है? The list of plant-based medicines or drugs have been edited as per their botanical names appearing in the formulations for the convenience of the users, pharmacy experts, and for the people who are not very much familiar with the Ayurvedic terminology. एक student या जब एक professional आयुर्वेदिक background से होता है या जिसने आयुर्वेदा में graduation, post graduation की हुई है and they're doctors of Ayurveda, they are very much well versed with the entire terminology and they can easily read the Ayurvedic books. Okay, that is their basically study material. But if I am an analyst in the working in the industry, I am not very much well versed with the Ayurvedic terminologies. और अगर कोई मुझे आयुर्वेदिक बुक दे दे जिसमें सब मेंशन किए हुए हैं जो भी रॉ मटेरियल है उसका टेस्टिंग कैसे करना है फॉर्मुलेशंस है but मुझे कुछ समझ ही नहीं रहा है because I am not well versed in that language, in that terminology. So to make it easy for analysts like us, for people, professionals, and academic institutions who want to refer to the AFI, APC has come up with has come up with AFI to make it easy and has translated it to English equivalent so that we are able to refer to it easily and carry out whatever experiment or study we need to perform. So this is just a number of monographs that are mentioned. It's not that very important. It's just for your knowledge. The AFI and API, that is the Ayurvedic Formulary of India and the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, they enable the government of India to implement the Drug and Cosmetic Acts 1940 in respect of quality control for the ASU drug manufacturers distributed and that is sold in India. तो AFI and API कहाँ पे काम में आता है? For the quality control of all the ASU drugs. What are the ASU drugs? Ayurvedic, Siddha, and Unani medications that are manufactured, distributed, and sold in India. Okay, so they are of standard quality, standard efficacy, and everything. Okay, that's where AFI and API come in the picture. Okay, so this is the monograph. What it looks like something like this. Okay, I have put two bars, which means that if you can see, there is the monograph for Adraka Khanda Avaleha. That is where the monograph for that particular formulation starts and it ends right above Iranda Pak. Okay, Avaleha is a thick consistency formulation basically. Okay, so they have written some texts in Sanskrit. Now those who are well versed in Sanskrit can follow it, but who are not, they cannot, right? So उसके नीचे in the second picture they have given a list कि उसको कैसे बनाना है. It is a formulation. ठीक है, it is like च्यवनप्राश के जैसा रहता है. Okay, so उसको कैसे बनाना है, how do you make the अदरक खंड अवलेहा, they have given everything, all the ingredients that are needed and in what amount, 768 grams, 384 grams. You have to just weigh that particular raw material, the particular ingredient, mix it and make it. ठीक है, कैसे बनाना है उन्होंने सब मेंशन किया है ये ऊपर संस्कृत लाइंस में. Okay, what you exactly have to do, what is the procedure to make it. In the third picture, they have mentioned the dose of the formulation and what are the therapeutic uses. So this is what the monograph of AFI looks like. It will give you the formulations, how to make different Ayurvedic formulations. Okay, this is the difference between API and AFI. Near about same ही है, but AFI में strictly वो फॉर्मुलेशन कैसे बनाना है वो बता है, लेकिन एपीआई में अगर इफ यू हैड नोटिस दे हैड आल्सो गिवन द टेस्ट्स फॉर द पर्टिकुलर पाउडर. हमने हरीटाकी देखा था, उसका टेस्ट कैसे करना है, अगर वो प्योर है उसके स्ट्रेंथ क्या है वो चेक करने के लिए उन्होंने हमको टेस्ट्स दिए हुए थे, राइट. दे हैड नॉट गिवन अस द फॉर्मुलेशन का प्रोसीजर कि अगर हरटाके को किसी में इंक्लूड करना है तो कैसे बनाना है वो उन्होंने नहीं बताया हमको। उन्होंने सिर्फ ये बताया था कि हरटाके किस फॉर्मुलेशन में यूज किया जाता है। But in case of AFI, they have showed us how to make this particular avaleha, what ingredients are needed and how much amount. That is the difference between the two books. Okay? Hopefully that clears the difference between the two. Next is the herbal pharmacopoeia. This is the last kind that we're going to study in the particular subtopic, Introduction to Pharmacopoeias. Okay? HP, that is herbal pharmacopoeia. It represents qualitative and therapeutic monographs on botanicals. There are plants, all about their flowers, their roots, which are of medicinal purpose. A herbal monograph is a document that defines a botanical drug and provides information that allows for its proper identification. It contains the basic description, including nomenclature, the part used, its constituents, range of application, contraindications, side effects, incompatibilities with other medications, dosage, use, and action of the herb. Okay? Herbal pharmacopoeia intends to promote the responsible use of herbal medicines with the highest possible degree of efficacy and safety through the development of standards and of purity, identity, and analysis for botanicals, including the review of traditional and scientific data regarding their efficacy and safety. The herbal pharmacopoeia basically deals with herbs, okay, or all your plants. Indian Herbal Pharmacopoeia, that's IHP, in its new edition covers 52 monographs on the Indian medicinal plants. AHP, that is American Herbal Pharmacopoeia, intends to produce 300 monographs on botanicals, including many of the Ayurvedic, Chinese, and Western herbs most frequently used in the USA. The Pharmacopoeia of the People's Republic of China contains monographs for hundreds of medicinal plants used in traditional Chinese medicine. ठीक है, IHP 2000 में आया था, उसके बाद उसका कुछ लेटेस्ट वर्जन निकला नहीं है because it is really very difficult to come up and develop herbal pharmacopoeias. Okay, there's a lot to study and a lot of research that takes place when you have to come up with herbal pharmacopoeias. That is why it has only 52 monographs on Indian medicinal plants. While we are very much aware, there are so many medicinal plants in our country itself. Okay, but whatever monographs are there for the botanicals that they are referred to. And since it is not very popular, academic institutions normally do not refer to herbal pharmacopoeia. They normally refer to AFI and API. Only for identification purposes, yes, you can use or refer herbal pharmacopoeia. A little about the Indian Herbal Pharmacopoeia. It is the IHP. This is what it looks like. This is the revised new edition of 2002. It is published by the IDMA. See, we have four pharmacopoeias in India. We have the Indian Pharmacopoeia, which is published by IPC. We have AFI and APC, which AFI and API, which is published by APC, and we have IHP, which is published by IDMA, that is the Indian Drug Manufacturers Association. This is the view from the industry with respect to standards and testing or assay methods for medicinal plants only. Each monograph contains the botanical name of the particular plant, its vernacular names like what is the plant called in English, in Hindi, Marathi, and all other languages like Tamil, Tulu, Urdu, and everything. The particular part which is used, like either the leaves are used, or the stem is used, the flower is used, the fruit is used, the roots are used. Then its microscopic and macroscopic description, what the leaves look like, what the, if you study the particular part, its powder or its liquid or its leaf, its root under the microscope, what all things you can see, all the descriptions are given. Color photographs of plants and their parts, chemical constituents with the structure, what are the phytoconstituents present along with their structures, TLC tests with densitograms, qualitative standards as in just to check its presence, right? Quantitative में हम कितना amount है वो check करते हैं, qualitative में हम देखते हैं कि है कि नहीं है. Pharmacology, how it will basically affect the body or how the body will react to that particular product or that particular plant. The safety aspects assay analytical methods by HPLC. What could be the adulterants that could be present in that particular botanical or that particular herb? What are the substitutes you could use instead of that particular herb? Then therapeutic category that it comes under, then dosage, and what are the differences that are used for it. So therapeutic category as in for what particular system or what particular diagnosis or condition or disease it is used for, as a cure or just for its treatment. Okay, that is what IHP mentions in its monograph for a particular herb or a particular medicinal plant. Okay, that's all for today's session. A very small session, basically, about pharmacopoeias. Okay, anybody having any doubts?